Well, it's Friday, so there's that. Hi guys, it's Jenni Chiu. It is November 13th, 2015, and it is time for Talking About What You're Talking About, where I go through my social media streams and talk about what you guys have been sharing this week. I wasn't going to talk about this, but a viewer actually requested that I talk about it. Hi, Jen Mitchell, because she was seeing all of these posts in her Facebook stream and she didn't know what they were talking about. You guys, I was so jealous of her and her red cup outrage-free life. So I'm gonna ruin it for her by telling her that this week the Christians became outraged at Starbucks because their plain red holiday cup, this had no Christ mysticor on it. And by the Christians, I mean this one guy who made a video and posted it on Facebook, and then this other guy who wrote a blog post on it, and then those three people who kind of tweeted both the Facebook video and that blog post. Real mad about it. So this many of the Christians were completely outraged, and then this many people were really outraged over the outrage over the cup, and then this many people were outraged over the people being outraged over the outrage, and also the initial people who were outraged, because after all, it's just a cup and there are other things that we should be talking about. And then this many people started posting on Facebook about how tired they are of seeing all the people posting on Facebook about the cups, and won't we just stop it already? End of Facebook post rant. And then there were a couple of us over here in the corner going la 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 la. Donald Trump suggested people boycott Starbucks. Ellen DeGeneres called it Satan's zipper. And lots of people made lots of the memes. Honestly, I don't remember the last time cups were so big. Okay, you guys, as the disturbance in the Force gets greater, the frenzy for the highly anticipated Star Wars The Force Awakens just keeps building and building. This week marked the first television spot where we got to hear Chewbacca roar. ABC hosted a special look at some footage on Thursday. We learned that Leia is no longer called Princess, and she is instead addressed as General. All of this prompted a Geek Nation article that asked the question, is there such a thing as too much? Nope. Moving on. Bloomingdale's is getting a monumental amount of backlash for a catalog spread that some people say promotes date rape. Spike your best friend's eggnog when they're not looking. What purpose does it serve exactly to get your friend drunk without her knowledge? Bloomingdale's in turn issued this apology. We heard your feedback about our catalog copy, which was inappropriate and in poor taste. Bloomingdale's sincerely apologizes. This is a classic example of what's often referred to as benevolent sexism. The idea of the unsuspecting woman and the man as the hunter is so ingrained in us that this particular copy passed through several hands and got the green light from multiple people before it actually made it to the catalog. Now, the internet does tend to go berserk over a lot of things, and that line is quite gray and biased over what is a big deal and what isn't. But one thing is certain, we take steps toward evolution when injustice and the status quo are challenged. And the internet allows that to happen in greater numbers and with greater speed than before. So when your ad or post has the potential to reach millions of people at one time, maybe look at it from multiple angles, maybe put quite a bit of thought into it. The internet is a crazy, noisy place, but I think that there is one thing that we can all agree on, and that is that clip-in mail buns do not need to exist. These went on sale on Groupon.com on Monday, and all week long people have been posting about it in my social media streams, mostly while shaking their fists at the sky. Look, you are either this guy or you're not. Let's just put the man buns in a box along with the testicle backpack from last week, and we will label it as things that should not be. Okay, so here in the US we had another Republican debate, but I don't buy tickets to the circus anymore, so I can only tell you what Twitter had to say about it. The guy known for interrupting people all the time complained about Carly Fiorina interrupting people. Hillary Clinton was brought up along with the words impressive resume while talking about her, and the audience reacted by booing and yelling as if they were at a WWF match. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Secretary of Hate! Several of the hopefuls actually debated what kind of tax plan God would like. Oh, I don't think God wants anything to do with the tax plan. A lot of the analysis is saying that too much time was spent actually disparaging Hillary Clinton and not enough time spent on each candidate's individual policy plans. We'll just put that in the yeah, of course pile. Big news for my Hawaii peeps, it looks like the US Census Bureau has actually recognized Hawaiian Pidgin English as a language. Hawaii is really a melting pot of Asian and Polynesian cultures, and Pidgin English is kind of a mishmash of all of that. So now in Hawaii, when the census survey happens and they ask what language is spoken at home, they have Chinese, they have English, and they have Hawaiian Pidgin English. For those of you that don't know, I am a local-born Hawaii girl, and when I was growing up, my mom always discouraged the speaking of Pidgin in our house because, well, it basically sounds like broken English. But you drop me on one of those islands with my local friends and you get a couple drinks in me, ho! We go get some ono grinds and then, no can, no can. Now I'm really hungry for some loco moco. Let's talk about this guy. This guy is a panhandler outside of Grand Central Station, and he was featured on the front page of the New York Post the other day because he claims to make between $200 and $400 per morning. He's now become sort of famous for making so much money without having an actual job that other people are looking to interview him. But after being on the front page of the New York Post, people start to recognize you, and then they don't give you money anymore. He hasn't been seen on his regular corner since. Am I still gonna give money to people who are panhandling? Probably, yeah. Because I have no way of knowing if they truly are in need or they aren't. Maybe someone really is cold and hungry and has no place to go. And maybe someone is just trying to raise a little bit of money so that they can get those Steve Madden boots size 8.5. It is not my place to judge what is essential for one person and what is not. Whether it is food or it is, you know, boots or like some Christmas presents or something like that. It's not my place to judge. I gotta go now. Alright guys, that's it for this week. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one. It may not all be news, but it is definitely what you're talking about. Bye! More like I'm doing Newsies on Broadway.